All right, so clearly I've got some stuff out of this. Intercooler's off, radiator, all the coolant, charge pipes, all that stuff. Exhaust down pipe, all those good stuff. Serpentine belt. I got unbolt the power steering. I got to determine if I want to I'm probably just actually going to just unbolt the fuel lines and then kind of prop them up there so that way it just doesn't leak fuel everywhere. At least that's the dream. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pop this exhaust manifold off. Looks beautiful, don't it? Didn't realize how much shit I almost... This car should have been on fire, I'm pretty sure. There's my fuel line. That was getting melted. My, the wire that went down for the crank and cam sensor, also just as fucked. Saw something else over here. Oh yeah, the oil return line. That's a little melted, which I'm surprised the power wire for the alternator's not super dicked, but that's fine. But yeah, oh, and then on this side, this is a little melted. It's just a good time. And then, yeah, I think that was all I seen. But yeah. So yeah, these exhaust manifolds didn't hold up. Oh, you want to see? Let me embarrass myself. I didn't want to pull it out to patch this exhaust manifold the last time it broke. So that's beautiful. Looks like the freaking coral reef. So that's nice. That's what happens when you have damn near no access, because there was obviously a lot more there. The downpipe was right there. So it was fun. And it was a little bit more exhaust wrapped. So, but yeah. So yeah, I'm going to get this thing unbolted and then do some test fitting with like crossover pipe. See whether I should just put it back together and just try again next year or what. So, I mean, there's a lot of room there, so I think we should be fine. But you know what they say. I'm probably wrong. So, let's do that. All right, this is where we're ending for the weekend, I suppose. So, got everything out. We got the single turbo setup mocked up, so that's kind of where it's going to live. I do have plenty of room to make a downpipe, which is nice. And then I pulled the windshield. I was going to start pulling quarters, but that's a process. Need to borrow a tool from a buddy, and if I can't do it then I'm going to pay my buddy to another buddy to pull it. Alright, so cage is there. It's all upright. Dash bar down. It's all plated on the bottom. It's all pretty very close, or as close as one can get with this thing. Here's theoretically what a plate will look like. Not the worst. Fuse panel's nice and accessible. Well, I'll probably have to rewire it because this was the churn signal. And so, for whatever reason, that they had them all separate, so the brake tails were wired together. But if we, so it's flashes. This side's also flashing because they are series. So, yeah, I got some figuring out to do. But if we shut off, this is the brake switch, shut that off, hit that, and then it'll flash. So theoretically, I think if I were to, because I have a left side and a right side, I think if I were to split those, I should be good. because though when you do the brake, that is tied between the two. So I think it should work that way. I gotta do some looking and make sure that's how it works. Or I'm gonna have to do actual wiring to make sure. Alright, so I split up wires. Okay, so this is brake. They're on. And then, if I turn this on, we're flashing. Not flashing. And it doesn't work the other way because I'm pretty sure one of these relays is bad. Let me flip this relay around and then pushing that way, we'll see what it does. Okay, we're back. I flipped those around. So pushing forward, that now flashes. Now we're pulling back. That one, well, now it's doing that, but yeah, one of these relays is bad. So that works. And then if you shut off the brake, if the brake is off, that flashes. Nothing over here. And then this wire, if you put that to it, it's my dims, so like your running lights, your tail lights. So let's see if I can balance that in there. Okay, we'll shove that in there. Okay, running lights. Okay, brake on, left turn signal, while on the brake, no brake, turn signal. Too easy. That means this system will work, so now I can go ahead and finalize that. Alright, well, maybe I'll start filming more now that I got a new phone and this thing looks much better than the other one. So, I got a tube front from Cage Kits. So we're going to be working on trying to take this thing off nicely. Buddy Tate needs this. He needs this core support, and then he needs that whole top part on another one of the cars he has. So we got to try and remove it nicely. So we'll drill out some spot welds and all that good stuff. Looks like some there. Across there. So, but yeah, we'll get like this guy out first, probably, I'm guessing, and then we'll try and get this top part removed. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get this off. Okay. All right. Well, that's kind of an intimidating appearance. So, we've got these caps. I just kind of got to shave it back, make room for where these go through, and then we got these end caps here. I already went ahead, used this side to mark this side. They're both similar, so yeah. So now we got to cut all that out so that way this can go in, and then yeah. So that's like your corner side over here. Same thing over there. The middle piece, the hood latch, center core support. But yeah, a little intimidating. And then also, I think those are like additional supports for the thing. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this lopped out of there quick and get that all prepped, and we'll bolt it all together and do a test fit. So that way we know everything's somewhat good. So let's do that. All right. Well, we got some stuff bolted on there just for mocking up. I still got to weld on the fender tabs. The only thing I found so far was that just didn't line up. Not sure why. Just didn't work. So whatever. Made it work. So it's all good. Everything lines up. I got to put a hood on before I even commit to welding any of those. So I got those. We made some plans for the window switches. They're all going to be cage mounted. And then I did wiring for pop-ups and the headlights, low beam, high beam. Nothing's permanent yet because we're still got to get the switch stuff. So, but yeah, slowly but surely making progress with all this stuff. The big one I got left to wire now is going to be this one, which is your brake, churn, all that good stuff. So, yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, slowly but surely. I guess that's all I got. Alright, well, one of those days. Didn't film anything. Started out trying to get these diesel heaters working. The mice ate up that one. This one's not firing. So that's cool. We have no heat. Painted the... This is like a dash bar. So that got painted. Of course, poured off. And got the motor trans in. We did solid steering. Like little... It used to be rubber. So that's solid. Solid bushings for the steering rack now. Painted the cage. And then I fully welded everything out. Filled all the holes. Got that hole's gone. And that hole is gone. That hole. They just need some paint and loving. Paul spent some time on his exhaust today. I believe that is kind of all he did. So he working on exhaust. Yeah, you can't see nothing down there, but yeah, he's been working on that. And then we also got these. Kind of did a test fit on these. These things are pretty gnarly. They're kind of like what you see in Formula Drift. So when you give them throttle, they go green up. It's kind of based off the throttle. How much throttle you're giving it depends on how much green you're seeing. And so yeah, I'm pretty stoked for those. He got them. I got them. I'll put a link in the description for those because they're pretty sick. Yeah. You'll see more of that when I get around to installing it. But trans tunnel's fully sound deadened, and look at how much. Looks like there's a freaking light over there. That's just this gold stuff reflecting. Yeah, so I got some port 15. We'll port 15 all of this. All of the tube front will get painted white. I got to still weld out all this. We got to weld out that completely. Same thing with that one. And yeah, and that's good. Did a little test fit with the intake, because why not? But yeah, this is the Fiero this is the motor out of the Fiero. This one has ST1 turbo cam, has valve springs, double roller timing chain, balance shaft delete, customer link push rods, ARP head studs. I think that's kind of the gist. Then we're going to have this GT30, stock log on this side. And then I have a modified crossover pipe somewheres. Right there. Right there. And that goes around the back and connects down here. And that all feeds into this. This is my nice TIG welded manifold that I made myself. I know the welds look like shit. Yeah, I think that's all I got for this update. I think probably I don't even know what my next plan is for getting stuff done. I've been working on the wiring. Right now we're Paul 3D printed this for a test fit. We're gonna make a cage mount. It's gonna have 10 switches. I have that panel up here still. So I'm gonna have 10 switches, wipers on the outside, some ignition, starter, headlights, party lights, heater, cooling, and wipers. So that should be pretty sick. For the heat, we're doing that heater that's in there that we went ahead and it's an aftermarket one from Jags. So let's see here. I got that mounted in there, all good and fancy. Then that's a stock defrost up there. And then we 3D scanned that, and then made that. 3D printed out of that carbon fiber. So, pretty fancy. But yeah. Now all I got to do is, I probably got to order more of that orange, or the gold stuff. And I will sound deaden all of this. All the way, probably pretty much to here. I think will be my cutoff point. I might do the trans tunnel, maybe back to here, just on this trans part, but otherwise, this will be all sound deadened. And then I also have a new carpet for it. So, yeah, that's what I got. All right, so kind of been working on wiring. I just did some port 15 across the whole top of this floor. And then, because I'm going to do the sound deadening on this side, kind of get it ready. I got this bar back in, and then I got all the wiring dang near finalized. I just got to figure out the power situation. I think I'm going to put some, what the fuck are they? I got one back there. One of those. That thing right there. I'm going to do one of those. Or two of them. I'm going to do one for the main power and then one for the ignition power, I think. We'll see, I guess. Might change my mind. Might just put some relay. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do there yet. But, yeah. Then we did some testing with the switches. So everything's working. Well, I guess only one I got to switch is going to be for the wipers. I wanted off on ons. And unfortunately with the wipers, or with the switch that I was able to find, it basically puts power to both prongs at the same time, and the wipers don't like that. The blower motor didn't care, and the headlights don't care. Headlights actually worked out perfect because that's exactly how they have to work. So I went ahead and stripped down my center console, or my steering console or whatever, steering column, and I'm gonna just get Motion Raceworks turn signal for that. Then I just got to wire those in. And then I started in. I got that put in. So those will have the LEDs up the pillars. Should look pretty sick. I got to just do this side still. Slowly but surely. Once I kind of want to get the switches done. And then after that, I'll wire in. I'll start getting all my lights back in. I got to get the under the dash, the doors, get that all rewired in. And then there is lights on the rear of the cage. So got to get those done. Trying to think what else I got. I think that's about it. Motor and trans back in because I don't know if I showed any of that. Not much of an update there, I guess, really, with that. It's just got it chilling in there. I got to pull all this crap off because I need to pull the timing cover off because this is one off the Fiero and I didn't have heat in it. So I got to pull it off because that is plugged, whereas that one is not. So I got to pull off all the front of this and, which I guess probably not the worst thing because we can look at the double roller, make sure that's not stretched or anything like that. I think that's about all I got going on here. Just kind of slowly been wiring, kind of boring shit. Everything is chassis. This is basically all that wiring is literally only for the chassis. For anything chassis related. The engine management one, I'm going to actually probably make a panel that's going to go right in there. And I'm going to put the new ECU and all that stuff on it. I got to run the wires pretty far, but I think that will be the best case scenario. We'll see. Maybe I'll come up with something else. But for now, that's tentatively the plan for me where I want to put the ECU and all that. So, yeah. And then once Black Friday hits, I'll order up ECU. We'll get all the engine wired up. Then we should be ready to go, I guess. Because that's kind of trying to get back into the just getting used to filming crap. But boy, is that just kind of hard. So, working on it. But we'll see what happens. Still kind of waiting for more, so that way you guys end up with a decent update video. It's still a lot of shit that's changed. I think once the wiring is done, I'll get this video up, which you already know because you're seeing it. So, but yeah, see you in the next clip of whatever progress I got done. All right, so we got that in. Boy, was that an ordeal. Me and Paul thought up a pretty cool design. Paul 3D printed all of it and designed it in the CAD. Kind of came up with this design, all that cool shit. Obviously, you know I had to make it light up, so that's pretty tits. Then we've got, this will be starter. Then we have high beams, or well, low beam, high beam. And then this one will be cooling, so which will be ran to, oh, it's not in here. There'll be a fan with some ducting. Then we've got this one, which is the fan. Have a high-low. This one, oh wait, no, this was party lights. This was cooling. And then this one is the wipers. This one's a little fucked up still. It's supposed to be off on. For whatever reason, with this one, you got the high, and the low's very slow. It's just because it's putting this particular off on switch, which are kind of hard to find. It puts power to both, which I think is pissing off the motor out there. I think it's too smart for that. So I'll probably have to do an on-off-on switch. I really don't want to because I really like having all these down, other than obviously your windows, which work. So yeah, pretty cool. Alright, so that side's done and doesn't look great because it's a mess, but everything's a mess in here. So my port 15 got a little jacked up, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to just try and use the rest of it. We're going to get this side done, so that way in 2 days when I have my day off, I can go ahead and do the gold. I got me another box back there of it, so I want to do at least there. We might do like more of this trans tunnel, but yeah, we got some new brackets over there from DefWorks, same place I got that thing. We also got some of these fender braces and then the tie downs. But yeah, so let's get this port 15 down. Just went through, vacuumed all of it, got all this crap out of the way, got this seat out. Yeah, so let's get this looking nice. All right, can't tell I just got done powder coating. So this part, that part, bash bar, is it perfect? No, but it'll be fine. I'm not that picky. I mean, most of that stuff turned out good. Bash bar's the only one, just because there was tape here and I didn't get all the adhesive off. So, but yeah, so been powder coating all that stuff. I just made so like the parts that support right here, I just made the mounts for the intercooler. So those are in the powder coat oven right now, baking with the old light on there. Then it's probably like the most normal car looking thing I've ever had. So powder coated the new C brackets there. Those things are actually pretty sick. So they have, let's see here. So they have this. Basically, you loosen all these up, and then you lift this up, and you can just slide it forward. And it has like little quick presets. It's kind of sick. So, but yeah, got that. Started kind of figuring out all that stuff. The relay and those two things I'm actually going to put up in there, just to try and I feel like those being able to shut off powers might be nice, just because my dash is going to be wide open right there. So let's see here, got a little bit more of the gold to do, kind of up the firewall, and then got to do carpet on that side, but I also got to do some port 15 again. But yeah, I mean, I only got port 15 like that little bit, and then like there, and then that should be good. And then we'll put the carpet in. And then I did cut the carpet in half, so that way my life's a lot easier for if I want to remove carpet instead of having to remove everything. I'm just kind of making it as easy as possible. I did find when I pulled it apart that there was a hole in the carpet. It's like right here, which is awesome. But yeah, that's kind of the gist. Nothing too crazy yet. And then Paul 3D printed the steering wheel holder. And then I designed and he 3D printed the my boost controller holder. So, because he has the technology to print it out of carbon fiber, so, and that stuff holds up much better to the heat. And that's what my switch box is. That's what this is. So, but yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely. All right, so put a wall in with a roll-up door. Just try and keep heat a little bit better or make it easier because we're over the diesel and we're in propane. Thus far, that does pretty all right. I also want to, I did one side here. I still need to do those other 2 sections. I think that should help a good bit with heating this. And then we'll slowly but surely just start trying to insulate this thing better. I'd like to get to the point where I could just leave it set at like 40. Because then at least if the concrete's above freezing, then it'll be a little bit nicer. But yeah. So, let's be around. Let's see here. So, power steering. We're going to make a reservoir somewhere in here. So that basically got rid of the reservoir just because of how close some of this stuff is. I figured that's a better option here. So we did that. Engine harness. Check. Got door bar done. I painted it yesterday, and then I tried doing touch-ups today, and for whatever reason, it just reacted. So that kind of sucks. So we'll have to do that again. That's a little frustrating. I didn't actually have to swap this. I was able to pull the freeze plugs out of there, so that's awesome. I do need to swap over water pumps. Not a big deal. That's a brand new water pump. I mean, I'm sure that thing's pretty new too, but that one is brand new, like last year. So I made heater core lines. So they're hard line aluminum, goes all the way back. And then, so I welded barb ends on these, like so. Both of them. So then this side has 5/8. These are 3/4 coming out. So we don't have to have an adapter in there. They're both wrapped in a fire sleeve. So should be very protected. Not like it's a big deal, but it is kind of close to the turbo. We'll obviously do a turbo blanket. Wastegate's going to go here. Still need downpipe is actually going to go further back and go down back here. There's a little bit more room. So that's kind of the play on that. Leave more room for wrapping stuff. We got the radiator mounted. Nutserts into here. Just bolt that on there. Too easy. New heat exchanger for the power steering. Chilling down there. Mounted in. Nutserts as well. Apparently that's the technology we're loving. There's the door. I've always been a fan of NASCAR bars, so done did one. Like I said, paint got all fucked up. I think there was a section here. You can't even really see it. Basically, it turned into like wrinkle paint. I don't know why. This stuff fucking oversprays like a motherfucker. But yeah. This is going to be my rear mirror, just because I think it will be a little bit easier to do that. So, got a license plate one over there that basically mounts the license plate, and it's a camera. And it'll go on there. Too easy. Still working on getting the wiring tidied up in here at this side. All of those need to go to fuses. I got the panel in there. That's where I ended up mounting the ECU. But yeah, I think that's all I got for what's theirs for an update until I see you in the next video. So yeah, that's that's all I got. We're gonna make this bullshit promise, I'm sure, of I'm gonna try and get some more videos out more this year. I think last year it said I uploaded like 4 videos. Or, well, I guess it's still this year. Because I'll probably put this out as soon as I get done filming this. I'll go put it on there and get it uploaded right away. So, yeah. I have a feeling I think I'm going to I want to try and hold myself to a deadline. I don't know, maybe like 2 videos a month, something like that, so I can get videos that are somewhat decent with updates. Once summer rolls around, maybe a little bit different. Life's a little bit more complicated, I guess, for me, just in the aspect of like career change. And we do have a 9-year-old stepdaughter now, so that does affect the free time. Nothing too bad. Maybe we'll see a little bit different style videos. But yeah, I bought a 360 cam on Black Friday, so that'll be really freaking cool for drift events. And then, like I was saying, I became store manager for O'Reilly's, so I also now have to deal with being a manager, so that's fun. But yeah, not too bad. All good things. But yeah, I guess you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.